Hello, friends. Today on the Authors Allies podcast, I am so excited. We're diving into something a little different, but oh so needed, especially for all of my fellow multitasking authorpreneurs out there. My guest, Martha Brown, is a mom, business coach, and author with a knack for turning chaos into clarity. I will also tell you that she is my personal AI mentor and one of the sweetest people I know. She's the creator of The Time Savvy Mom and is known to many people as the prompting queen. She helps ambitious moms use AI tools, systems, and smart strategies to take back their time and build businesses that don't run them into the ground. Her next book, Mess, is a raw, real, and refreshingly honest look at addiction, motherhood, and finding your way back with grit, grace, and a healthy dose of sarcasm. Today, we're not just talking about writing, friends. We are talking about how AI can help female indie authors simplify the rest of your life, from managing home chaos to staying consistent in your business so you have more time, creativity, and peace to focus on what really matters, writing your dang book. So grab your coffee, friends. This one's equal parts practical and powerful. Please join me in welcoming Martha Brown to the Authors Allies podcast. I'm so happy to see you, Martha.
Thank
Oh,
you
I
for
mean,
having
we've only tried
me.
all year to
I
get you on
know,
the podcast. It's been
I know.
crazy, right?
I'm
So
so
crazy.
excited to be here. Thank
Me
you.
too. Did I miss anything like really important
No,
from the intro? I
no.
mean, I know we're going to talk about the things. I mean, one thing I will say is that make sure if I forget and I don't ask you, we need to talk about your Cheers to You group because that group has been very helpful for me. So don't let me forget because menopause brain
I get that too, so
gets a
I
little
get it.
wacky, right? Okay. Well, and you know what? You're here to help that. So I am just so excited. Okay, let me pull up my little questions here because I need to write everything down. I'm just like that these days. So I know that you have been using AI for a while in your life, and you've really done a cool thing where you are building your business around AI. How did you start doing this? Like, what happened that you all of a sudden just go, oh, well, AI can help? Like, how did you start doing this?
Yeah, that's a great question. Because I am so I have this inquisitive brain on I want to, oh, there's this new thing. Let's see if this can really do what people are
Mm-hmm.
doing. And there's so many people out there who talk about it at such a high tech level that it misses
Yes.
out
Uh-huh.
for people. So I'm like, we need to change this up.
Yes.
So, for
Mom it
me,
down.
it was like figuring out how can I use this to help me with my mom life, my personal life, and my business life, right? Because if it's not
Crazy.
something that's going to save me time, but going to cause me more, I almost said heartbreak, but more
More stress, right?
problems,
Yeah.
no, thank you. But it's just finding ways that I've woven it into all those different areas of my life has made a game changer for me, for my kids, even too.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, and for other business owners. I mean,
Yes.
I know some of the things that we've done in shares have helped me so much. I mean, I am really loving it. How long has it been though? When did you kind of figure this out and start doing this? Because I think it was around this time last year that I
Mm.
came across you and we met up. So was it long before that or
It
was
was
it kind of getting
about probably
started?
so it's been about a year and a half, 2
Yeah.
years that I've
Oh,
been
wow.
playing with it. Almost as soon as Chat GPT was
Okay.
my first. No, that is not true. It
Really?
was Jasper. I started playing with Jasper a little bit
Yep.
as well
I
as
remember Jasper.
I've got this little, AppSumo. Here's where
Mhm.
you find out that I'm a tool. I have a tool addiction. But AppSumo is
Same.
this thing, and I found one on there that was helping me kind of write
Yeah.
stuff, but still generic.
Okay.
And then when I was able to dive deeper into ChatGPT and really start to customize it to get to know me, my brand, all of those things, that's when I'm like, oh, this is a game changer.
Right? Like, wait,
I have to
this
keep
does
telling
this.
it the same thing over and over and over again. Yeah.
So like early 2024
Mhm.
probably is kind of when you started learning how to do all the things.
Yes.
And then what what kind of prompted you to start your group, which is called Cheers to You, right?
Mhm.
Like that's the name. So what made you go, "Oh my gosh, this is too juicy for me to, keep to myself," right? Like
Yeah,
how did you end up starting your group and
that's
your
great.
business?
I keep saying that's a great question. Really, so it was I started this group, it was a year ago in September. So when I turned
Okay.
50 was like the inception of my Cheers to You group.
50 is
And
great for that. We could do a whole podcast on that. Let's do
I know.
that someday.
Okay,
Mark it
we will.
down.
It's down. um and it was just really it started with like I love like planning, like weekly
Okay.
planning. Let's
Yep.
schedule our quarter, right? Because so many of us who, like, if we have families and we have different things going and a business and all this, the whole thing is we've always been told we need to compartmentalize. Like,
Mhm.
here you take care of your business over here and your family over here and this over here. And I think over the years, things started to change a little bit with that. So I'm like, you know what? I don't wanna do that,
Yeah.
right? Like, people I meet online, they know my family and things like that, and I wanna have that space for people too. So, I created this cheers group so we could do, like, weekly planning, yearly planning, like,
Mm.
really help us get to our goals. But
Okay.
then bringing in AI, the part that I love, like that text, AI, Canva, all that
Okay.
kind of stuff into it, so people have a safe space to come in and find out how can we use this
Okay.
for all these different areas in our lives and not worry about the tech ease
Mhm.
talk around it. Like, let's talk real life. So,
I love that. And I was scared truly at the beginning myself because, you know, that whole 50 thing we talked about. So many things happen at that part of your life. And for me, it happened right in the middle of the big vid. And so like my brain, I had COVID, I was in menopause, turned 50, like I had all these things going on that were affecting my brain power, right? And my focus. And then trying to learn something new like that felt so overwhelming to me. Like, I was so glad I found you because I knew I needed it, right? Like, I, like you, I know we're both big into learning, right? And we like the shiny tools. And for me, squirrels everywhere.
yes.
But I just was like, I don't even know. I don't know how to do this. I don't know what to do with it. And you're right. You were able, I don't want to say dummy it down because moms are so freaking smart. You were able to mom it, right? Like you could mom it for us. And, just I kind of stepped in slowly. And I think maybe the one of the weekly planning things was the first thing I did. And even that, I felt very overwhelmed originally, truly. Um, I was like, what is this thing? Like, I don't even know what to type in here. Like, it was just so crazy. And thank God you walked us through seriously step by step by step. And it was so nice because I will say that I had, and I had this as a question on here, I felt guilty using AI for real because in the author industry, there's this huge divide. It's almost like the political stuff, right? Like there's left wing, right wing, there's left side, right side in the author industry when it comes to AI. Authors are either using it or they're completely anti AI. And I fall in the middle there. I do not believe anyone should use AI to write a book, but I know we can make our lives so much easier if we accept the technology and embrace it and what we believe ethically can work. And so I felt guilty at first. I mean, what do you think about that? Do you feel guilty? Have you heard that before? Like I kind of felt like I was cheating.
I think, I think in general, anytime something new like this comes out, it's
Yeah.
easy to think I'm cheating, right?
Right.
Like, I
Yeah.
mean,
I
just
felt like that was spell check.
yeah.
So,
I mean, because we have, it's like, I feel like depending on your age, and maybe
mhm.
this is our age type of
It's a
thing,
Gen X thing.
but I think like we were always told like shortcuts are
Mhm.
cheating. You
Yeah.
need to work, which I'm not telling you you don't
Mhm.
need to work hard, right? But the harder you work, the more you could brag about what you did.
Mhm.
And as parents, as business owners, stuff like that, it's like we need to see people need to see me sweating it out,
Yeah.
working so hard.
Right.
And now instead, so same thing, like, oh, I'm cheating. Oh, I'm cheating if I hire someone to help me.
Mhm.
I'm cheating if I, um, you know, I mean, there's so many other things. If I use a microwave instead of my
Right.
oven to cook things
Yeah.
something in half the time, right? So when we start to shift of instead of it cheating, it's another tool that can
Okay.
help us so
Okay.
we can focus more in our zone of genius or
Mm.
in what is important to us because most of us started our business so we could like help others, do things, write books,
Yeah.
be able to spend more time with our family or go have more fun. So if there's this something that comes along like AI that could help us in other areas, not writing your book, but like in other areas of
Okay.
life or marketing or stuff like that, so that way you do have more time to spend writing your book,
Right.
playing with your
That's what I'm
family,
all
whatever
about.
that is.
Yeah.
Why not do that? That's called like now it's like the shift of that's called working smarter, not harder.
Yes. I love that. But you mentioned like that we could use AI
Hmm.
to save us some time. So specifically, if we're just talking about like life, right? Mom life, what kinds of tasks could AI help take off of our plate?
Oh gosh, meal planning is like one of the first tasks that I ever used
Yeah.
before.
Okay.
Planning our meals, getting my grocery list together,
Okay.
the recipes for it, what the servings could be, what the macro nutrition could be. I mean, there's a whole
Oh,
big
wow.
thing that
Okay.
you could do with AI to like get everything, especially, and you could put in like, hey, I have a family of 5, 2 adults, 3 kids. I need serving sizes. One, it needs to eat gluten free. They have, let's say, celiac, whatever that is. An AI can help take that. I know way back when I found out I had a gluten free, not an allergy, but a
Like a
sensitivity.
sensitivity? Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
I mean, I was like going through Google, trying to
Oh my
search
gosh.
recipes, going through cookbooks, right? Trying to figure
Mhm.
it out. And now I can have something lay it all out for me in under 2 minutes.
Right? Versus hours on Google trying
Yeah.
to figure it all out. So
So now I can spend
that's
my
pretty
time
crazy.
making it or doing or working, making money or having fun,
I
right?
love
Not
that.
having to like drone in on that. So like that's a huge thing. Helping with chores with the kids,
With
like a
chores.
routine or
Oh, okay.
coming up
So
with
what?
like age appropriate
Oh, okay.
routine of things for
That's
the
fun.
kids to do, like a rotate. I've had it help me with rotations on like, all right, like feeding the cat, emptying the
I love
dishwasher,
that.
taking
Yeah.
out garbage, right? So like what's age appropriate? How can I come up with a system, a reward system with them
Ooh.
for things? So those types of things are my weekly planning, brain dumps. I mean,
Yes, we're totally going to talk about that weekly
yeah.
planning thing in a second, but real quick, I've also heard that people might use it for travel stuff. Have you tried to use it for
Oh,
travel, helping plan a trip?
yeah,
Is
I
that
totally
something
forgot.
that,
Yeah. I'm glad
okay,
you brought that up. Yes, like travel. Like you
especially
can
with the
have like
holidays coming?
you well and holiday planning, right? So
Ooh,
like I have started like putting in like my kids' wish lists and stuff like
okay,
that.
okay.
So you can have it help you like compare shop with things
Really?
like with
I
something
did
like
not know that. Okay,
perplexity. I
okay.
could put in like, hey, my kid is looking at this isn't happening, but like, oh, he wants this Xbox, whatever. Can you tell me what deals are coming up? Where should I get it? What's the best package? Whatever
Oh my
that is.
gosh. I
Um,
love that.
to help so that way otherwise I'm the one scouring going to Amazon, Target, Walmart, all the different places trying to figure it out. Well, it will do it for me.
Well, and I mean, using it the ways that you're talking about, we're not just saving time, we're saving money. I mean, I don't know about you, but if I have my meals planned out, I save a ton of money at the grocery
Me
store.
too.
If you can do those lists like you talked about for the holidays, you can save money on your holiday shopping. Same thing with the travel thing. So this is genius.
The other
My favorite,
thing
yeah,
with can I ask one tell you
yeah, of
I didn't get on
course.
with the travel thing too.
Yeah,
So like planning a road trip also like you could also say like, hey, I'm going to be gone for 5 days, whatever, so it can help you with a packing list. But like
Oh,
if I'm
oh,
like, hey,
yay.
let's
I
maybe I'm
love
doing a
lists.
road trip
Yeah.
and I know I'm going to be going through like, hey, I'm doing a road trip from wherever. Like I live in central Illinois and I'm going to do a road trip to Denver, Colorado. And so I can have it help me plot that out. I mean, yes, we have
Mm.
like, which if you
Yeah,
think about it, Google Maps and that's AI.
it is. All of it. It's
Netflix
crazy. Mhm.
recommends based on what you're watching. That is AI. Like we're using AI in places we may not have ever realized we're using it. But I can say, I know I want to probably stop 2 different places in between there. Where do you recommend? What kind of fun
Oh,
things
that's
might
a good
they
idea.
have for the
Especially
kids
with
to
kids,
do
yeah. Because
during that? Like,
some
hey, what
cities
are
will
some
have things.
sightseeing things we need to see? So, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Because when we traveled with Mark when he was younger, there were some cities that we'd stop at and they'd be like, oh my gosh, there's nothing here. And then other cities have all sorts of stuff. So it would be nice to know that ahead of time, like which cities on this route are going to have some, kid friendly, family friendly
Yes.
things to do. So that's really cool. I wouldn't have thought of that. And I love, being able to use these things. Like you said, we're going to save time, we're going to save money. That's going to leave us time and money for something more fun, something that can help us with our jobs, that could help us with our writing, all of these kinds of things. And, to brag on you for a couple of minutes here, um, one thing that, the thing that has made the most help for me so far in your group has been that weekly planning. Even though I don't always get to go there, I've always been a planner. I love planners. Um, but I have so many tasks and I get so overwhelmed, and I'm big on brain dumps anyway. But being able to put the brain dump into chat and have it help me figure out if it's reasonable to even get that stuff all done in a week, right? Like, because there are times, and I think you know this, but I named my chat after you. My chat is Martha Bot, and it laughed at that when I first did it. And so Martha Bot helps me figure out if it's reasonable, and she'll tell me it should go on my garage list, okay, and be like, yeah, you need to wait on that. Holy cow, right? Like that is amazing to me. And I even like the really cool thing, which I don't think most people realize this. If you use your chat enough, or if you specifically go in to do this, you can train it to know you. And so, like, I told Chat that I work best in the mornings and my brain doesn't work in the afternoon. I told Chat that I need to be off on Fridays from any appointments. I told Chat that I like crystals and mantras and things like that. And so not only does it now like know a little more about me, when I go through that process with your group and we do that, in the end, chat gives me an entire checklist. Like, you guys listening would not believe this. I should put a copy of it. Maybe I'll do that. I'll put something in with like a picture or something in one of my social posts at least. You guys won't believe this, but it gives me an entire week layout telling me which tasks I should do in the morning because I need more brain power. It reminds me that I need to exercise every day and move my body. It reminds me to be grateful. And then it even gives me like a little mantra, which I print out every week and put on my computer. And it even tells me like which crystals I should put on my keyboard to help me focus because I'm all about trying to focus. Holy crap, that saves me so much time and brain power. And your little meditations at the beginning are so fun too. I love that. I love that. So, like, that alone, to me, I think could really help authors. Like,
Yes.
just, you know, that. And do you put some of those other things that you talked about in your weekly plan? Like, if you're doing your chat, are you adding your soccer games, or do you tell it when you're grocery shopping, menu planning, like some of the other things you mentioned?
Yes. So like I put in like so mine knows that I want to do my meal planning on Friday evenings.
Okay, so
Like
yours
that's
is trained
time
enough
for
for
me.
that too.
So right.
Okay.
So like that's where the magic and all of it happens is like
Okay.
getting it to know like what works for you. And it could sometimes they'll give a suggestion of like, I'm looking at your week here and like all the things you want to do. Maybe you should do your meal planning on Tuesday this week
Wow.
because you have a lot going on,
That's
or
amazing.
like it will help like figure out how to shift some of those things, but it knows when my kids soccer and dance and activities and stuff are in the evenings, because I have it set in there for it too.
That is
So
crazy. And I did another episode once on using chat for marketing, not for writing your book, but for helping write your social media posts and things like that. And a couple of people had said, yeah, but then it sounds like AI or it doesn't sound like me. Can you address that concept? I mean, I know we're not talking specifically marketing here, but are there ways that they can make their AI sound like them versus sounding like AI?
absolutely. So there's you can like go through like brainstorming in
Okay.
a chat with chat and
Okay.
talk to it about like, hey, I really want to help you get to know me better, so that
Oh,
way
okay.
the information you give me to do my marketing, my social media, my emails, whatever it is,
Yeah,
sounds more like me.
I
So
love that.
interview me. So
Okay.
asking chat to help interview someone can so help. And like making sure it's asking stuff like, what is your branding voice? Like, who do you want to sound like?
Ooh, okay.
And you can use, like, as long as it's somebody who is famous, right? So
Right.
you can
So
be
it
like, "Hey,
knows.
I want a mix of Mel Robbins and Dean Koontz," and
Okay.
it could be authors, it could
Yeah.
be TV personalities, movie, it doesn't
Okay.
matter. It could be comedians. Like, give me this is what I want to sound like. I'm sassy or I'm
Okay.
professional, whatever it is. And so that way chat knows it, and then it will help you kind of like put it all together, like your
Okay.
essentially your brand voice.
Yeah.
And then in chat, if you go into your settings, there's a place on there called personalization. If you
Ah,
click on
okay.
that, there's boxes in there that you can fill out and you can tell chat exactly how you want it to respond. If you want it to give you short responses, long responses,
I love that.
brainstorm with you, whatever that is, and that's where you can put that information in there too. So,
Now, I feel like I took a class earlier this year with you where we did that. Is that something that people can buy or that you might be running again soon? Or like, is there a way for them to
yes.
somehow get this class that I took?
Yeah, absolutely. I have it
Yay.
all. I can
Of
give
course
that
you
to you.
do.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, because I think something like that would really help um, for the other people. Because when people were asking me that question, I'm like, yeah, you just train it. It's kind of like, well, you get to know it. And then I got to thinking, it wasn't like instant because Chat and I, Martha Bot and I have, had a relationship this year. She's my
Yes.
bud, right? And it has taken some time, but I feel like at least with that class that you had us like do some of the things you just said and doing it step by step, I was able to make it happen a little faster than just, doing the thing, right? So that is really cool.
Yeah, I will
Um,
send that to you. And think of it this way too. It's like setting up, like if you were to set up a dating profile,
yeah.
not I'm not telling you to go date your AI. That's not what I'm saying here.
Yeah, let's not go there, right?
But what I'm
Somebody's
saying
already
is like,
tried that, I'm sure.
right? Like the better information you give, the
Okay.
better, like it's like anything else, any kind of conversation, anything you have, the better
Okay.
information you give, the better open-ended questions, the better description, all that information you give, the better response you get back.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's true. It's all, yeah. And that's like, I mean, truly, we can relate that to anything in life. I mean, if you're talking to someone, if you hire a virtual assistant, if you
Yes.
don't give them enough information, they really can't help you, right?
Yes,
And so that's really important. Now I know that you are writing a book.
I am.
Tell us about your book because that is really exciting. And everyone is excited about AI, of course, but I want them to know about Martha Brown.
Mhm. So I've had this in me for a while and I just
Okay,
have not brought it to fruition. And I'm like, nope, this is the year. So I'm like working on
good.
it. So next year, 2026,
Okay,
this is the year. And I am working on a book. It's like working title is called Mess because
I
that's
love it.
how it seems like, but it's really just my my real look at I am a recovering alcoholic and drug addict. It has
You're
been
amazing.
since two like how many years has it been? 22 years. And
It's a long time.
it's easy to like assume for so many people like, "Oh, you're 20 years sober, like things must be super easy for you, right?" Like it never and I'm like,
Mm,
"Eh, things still happen, right?" So,
yeah.
it's a look at the mess that I went through, the mess that
Okay.
still happens now, and how we, you know, finding the different things that can help us in it. And
Wow.
um, it's I feel like it's also always interesting that like we meet people at different points in our lives.
Yes.
Like even my husband, when I met him, I was sober already for
Yeah.
over 5 years. And
Oh,
he
okay.
never knew that part of me at
Wow.
all. So
Okay.
I think for so many of us, like, which is great, like nobody knows that part, which is fine, except there's like such a stereotype around addiction that it affects so many people. And like when I fell into it, like I had my master's degree, I was leading an audiology department at a hospital.
That's
Like,
amazing to
and
me.
it's just, it doesn't happen just because people are like at the lowest part of their lives. It just can happen to anybody. And I think that's the biggest message that I want people to know, like, hey, this can happen. And this is how you can either support yourself or find people to help support you or support others who might be going through it. So, yeah.
Yeah, until I had heard your story, I honestly, and I'm sure I still do have some of that stigma. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Thinking about that with people because I mean, yeah, like you picture a certain thing. We do that with everything, right?
Yes.
And it's because we don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know what you don't know. And
Exactly.
so it's pretty interesting. And you have shared so much about that. And I know it took you a while since I've known you even in your business to start opening up about that and talking about it more. So I mean that's pretty amazing. And like these videos and things that you do, this is where I think this true Martha comes out because, you know, I know that, of course, because your business is how to use AI as a mom, your posts are written with AI. Obviously, most of them. They have to be. That's your brand, right? So you have to do that. But when you get on video and you start talking, Martha, this is where I feel like you are Martha. Like I can tell that you're you, and this is what I think that authors want to see too. They want to go, okay, how do I still share me? And this is where I think you excel in being able to show them those differences. Like, okay, well, you can do some things with the AI stuff, and then you do these other things, right? So, like, you don't have to be all one or
No,
all another. And the way that you have separated that out, I think is really good because you could very easily, because you know what you could hide behind all of the AI and never show the real Martha. I mean, you could. And there are people out there doing it. And I know there's a lot of people making money on faceless videos and all of that stuff. And that's its own thing, right? That's a totally different thing. But what I love about what you're doing is that true Martha showing through. Like when I read your posts, only because I know you, I think in a lot of ways, do I know that some of those are AI, right? But also, I love that you've got the sass in there and a little of that sarcasm. You worked hard to train your AI, your chat to be able to do that, but then you still get on there and you're you. And that is what I think is so important for people to realize. There's a place to be you, and there's a place to use the tools. And this to me is the important distinction, right? And it's what's important to me about working with you. This is why I enjoy Cheers. This is why your group is really, dear to me because okay, you might be teaching us how to do this, but you have never taken away your authentic you.
thank you.
And I love that so much. And that's, I think I told you before we got on here. You know, at one point I thought I needed to like totally redo my office and make it all fancy and look a certain way and all that. I'm like, but that's not me. If I did that and someone met me or we started talking, they would be like, this is not what you are like, right? And the, as the world becomes more into this AI world,
Mhm.
these conversations, these real people to people conversations, the in person happenings are going to get more and more important
Yes.
in order for us to be able to do what we want to do in our lives, in our families, in this world to make a difference. And I love it.
I love that. And like even as like AI grows and you hear more and more about it and you have to use it and stuff like that, like you just said, like I truly feel it is important to still show up, show yourself too, like
Yes.
who you are.
Right.
Use it as the part to help you with the things that you don't love doing. I don't love
Right.
meal planning. I don't.
Yeah, me
I don't.
either.
There are people who are like, that is their jam. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no, it's not mine. And so
Right?
I use it for that. I do use it to help me with some of my content. Now, that being said, just because it spits something out doesn't mean that I don't go in and still
Yes.
multiply it
Oh, I'm
even
so
more.
glad you said that because I
Right?
hate when you can tell someone spit it out. You know what the worst is when someone accidentally leaves the insert link here.
Ah, yes. I
And I'm not
know.
saying I haven't done that. I've caught it so far,
Yeah.
but oh my gosh.
Yes. Or like certain parts are like, hey, do you want to do blah, blah, blah? Like they forget to take off the last line or whatever. Like, and you could tell. And I think those are all mistakes that
We're all
real
going to make.
humans make, right? So it
Yes,
shows you,
yes. And
hey.
we got to laugh, right?
So, but just I don't know, and have fun with it. Like I just started doing some like videos and stuff with it, and honestly, just having fun with it. It's not meant to be like serious. I'm still doing videos of me
Yes, you
really
are.
talking
Right.
and really coming out, but I'm just having fun. So,
You know, I'm
that's
actually
fun for me.
I'm really glad you said that because there's also a lot of talk in the author world where people will say that AI is making us less creative. I have found that to be completely opposite for
Me
me.
too.
I am so much more creative and having so much more fun now. Like it's Halloween. This is my favorite season. And I've had so much fun using Gemini to make fun witchy posts, like pictures.
Yeah.
I've done some of the real pictures, real, right? Pictures of me in there. But I want people to know that they know that it's AI, right? And so I have a little more fun with the cartoon kind of
Yeah.
versions. And it's like, okay, well, this is fun. I'm not really going to like dress up like a witch and
Hmm.
do these. I mean, granted, that is my Halloween costume most years. But like it's not something you do every day. And so it is. And it gets me thinking about other ways I can serve my clients and my
Yes.
customers. And I think people can realize how they can serve their readers or, and a whole nother episode sometime on jumpstarting writer's block. When these things happen, there are ways to use the new technology without cheating, without really
Yeah.
feeling like you're cheating, without feeling like you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing.
And I think, like, using it as, like, a brainstorming partner when you're up at 2 a.m. and can't
Oh my
sleep
gosh,
and can't call
yes.
your friends,
Right?
right? Like, that has been one of the biggest things, and even with stuff, like, that might be weighing on my mind, like, "Oh my gosh, I'm trying to process this. Help me process this a little bit." And sometimes it's just a matter of getting it out, especially now that you can, hit the microphone and, like,
Oh my
voice
gosh, I know
dump
it's so weird.
out
Yeah. Yeah.
stuff helps too. Like, and I'm not saying to have it replace counseling or like
Sure,
don't think
sure.
that, but just
No.
sometimes just getting it out, and it can help to organize our thoughts a little
Yeah.
bit
Organize your own thoughts.
and
Yeah.
get out of our own way, because
Yeah.
usually we have the answers inside of us.
So true.
We have it, and so just being able to get some clarity in there. So,
Love that. I
yeah.
love that. Before we go, I know I wanted to ask you, let me see, let me make sure that I got this. Okay. So I usually, I have to do a couple of other questions too.
Mhm.
So you are going to give me some links for our listeners to get something. Tell me about that
Yes. I
little
have,
free gifty.
so I'm also known as the time savvy mom. So I've got this like secret stash of gifts. So I'm going to tell
Ooh.
you what they are.
Oh,
So
we love secrets on
I have
here.
like my
Perfect.
top tools that I love using as
Okay.
like a busy business owner and
Yeah.
mom.
Okay.
A productivity planner, a morning
Yay.
routine ideas, plus
Okay.
I have it has different downloads of AI prompts you can use with
Perfect.
ChatGPT
Because that's the hardest
for
part.
mom life, for
Okay.
self-care,
Oh,
for slowing down, time
yay.
management, wellness, essentially, and then also like how to use AI to help you
Okay.
in general. So yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody's going to be able to get that.
Yes.
And then also I want to make sure I'm going to share where they can find you. You're on like Facebook mostly, is that right? That's kind
Facebook
of the best
mostly.
place.
Yep,
Okay.
just Martha Brown. Martha Brown Life
Okay.
is like what my like Facebook web thing is.
Okay.
You can
Okay,
friend me.
perfect.
I don't mind at all.
Okay.
At all.
Okay. Well, and I'll put those links in here
Yeah.
for people too. So they're going to get the free goodies. They're going to get to find you in there.
And if they want to know more
And
about Cheers,
yes.
any of your listeners, will give them your link for Cheers. I'll make sure you have it
Okay.
and get a code for they can come in for a month for free too.
Oh, they can come test that planning thing,
Yeah,
which is like
absolutely.
the ultimate. Oh my
Yes.
gosh. Yeah, yeah. You guys, if you're listening to this, come join us for the planning thing because it's really, anyone listening to this, it's really helpful to be able to do that. Okay, perfect, perfect. Okay, so important, very important question here.
Yes.
So because it's we're moving in towards the holidays here. This will come out after Halloween, but can you tell us what you're going to be for Halloween? Are you dressing up, or is it more for you about taking your kids out?
Oh gosh.
Because
So
no one will know beforehand, so you're good. We
it's
aren't
all
going to
good.
bust the surprise
It's all
before.
good. My girls are being, of course, like probably half the world this year. The K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yes, which is on
Um
my to watch list.
oh, it's so good. Like the music
That's
is
what I
just fun.
hear. I got
Fun,
to
fun.
do it.
So, my girls are being two of them, so I'm gonna be the third
Love it.
one. They just don't know it yet. Um, so
I
I'm gonna
want to
be the
see
third one,
pictures, of
of
course.
course. So yeah.
Are you going to get your hubby to dress up as something from the movie then too? Will he be a good sport?
I don't know. We haven't talked about that yet, but like
Yeah.
I try to get my son to, and he's dead set on being a certain football player. Um,
Oh, yeah,
I don't even
yeah.
know. So Corey may do something around that with
Okay,
Ezra, but
okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay. And I
See.
mean, this is really important. I know that you don't have any wine in it, but tell me what's going to be in your cup in the morning when you're getting the kids off to school. Like, because, we were originally Books and Brew, and as you can, this holds 4 cups of coffee at
Oh my
once.
gosh, that's awesome. So like right
I'm
now
a
I've got
monster
my
beast.
magic
Okay,
water, but
okay, good. Magic water is
typically
good.
I have coffee. I do put a scoop of my protein in there and
Yep.
some of my new creamer I love is Chobani. It's salted caramel zero sugar.
Someone told me about that the other day. I
Yeah,
must go
it's so
get
good.
some of
And I'm
that.
usually
Okay.
like a oat milk, almond milk girl, but I've been using this and it's been really good. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Another thing to add to my list, I
I
guess,
know.
the
It's
Chobani
good.
stuff. I got to try
It's
that
good.
out. And
So,
now, tell Magic Water. Like I use Circle in my water. When you say Magic Water, is it
um,
literally just water, or do you have something special added
no,
in it?
I have um it is like a water flavoring
Yeah.
thing.
Hmm.
This
Like
one
Mio kind of
has
squirty kind of things or
it's
something.
like no, this is like a pomegranate.
Mm, yum.
It's from Amari.
Okay.
It's like their
Cool.
little
Yeah.
energy
Yeah,
stuff. So
Spark.
yeah.
Is it called Spark or something like that? Well, obviously, I'm really thrilled to have you, and I know that we could keep going on and on. We may have to do some more episodes next year and, do some things. I would love to have you come talk to my membership at some point and teach them a couple things. I think they would really enjoy that. And I'm going to definitely share all of your links and stuff in the notes. So we'll get everything out to everyone. I appreciate you so much. I'm glad we were able to finally get our schedules to align and get on. I appreciate it. It was
I
so fun.
appreciate you having me here. I This was so much fun. I love you so
I
much.
know. Oh, I love you. Virtual hugs. Virtual hugs. I love it. Sometimes we do virtual cheers. Sometimes we do virtual hugs. You know, we gotta do the thing. Cool. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Tired of drowning in marketing tasks? Stressed about book launches and social media? You're not alone. The Authors Allies Roundtable Done With You marketing membership is your escape. Join a community of authors who understand. Learn proven strategies for creating captivating media kits, running successful ad campaigns, and hosting unforgettable book launches. Weekly meetings, also recorded for your convenience, cover everything from email, marketing, and social media mastery to in-person event planning. Plus, access a treasure trove of worksheets, templates, and resources designed to simplify your marketing efforts. Stop trading precious writing time for marketing madness. The Authors Allies Roundtable is your path to stress-free, profitable writing. Visit www.authorsallies.com to learn more and join today.